Yes, men are happy being single. They are. They're definitely enjoying it more than they used to before. And cause I see it, it's gotten harder to date, you know, lately. Men are very like satisfied in their lives without women. They are. They're like, working a lot, either working a lot, or if they're not working, then, they'll hang out with their friends, with their family, with their kids. Well, with their kids, it's a given. But yeah, they're happy being, if they're not married, they're happy being, bachelors and having their own space and not having to like commit to anyone. So yeah, this wasn't the case before, but this is what it is now.
For many men, peace has become the priority. As we move deeper into the summer of 2026, singlehood is no longer viewed as a temporary stage that needs to be fixed. It is becoming a lifestyle choice that many men are embracing without apology. More importantly, they are doing it on their own terms.
Men can't go out and have fun without women. Women can very happily go to a club or go on holiday, have a great time with their girls, get their own table section by themselves, go on holiday, girls trip by themselves, have a great time. Men, if it's not somebody that they see in the club that they're interested in, or if they don't have an ulterior motive with that person, it's not a good time. Like, their motives for doing these trips and going to clubs is because they're looking. They're predatory. They're looking for something.
One of the biggest assumptions being challenged right now is the idea that men only go out to meet women. More men are spending time with friends, pursuing hobbies, and enjoying experiences simply because they want to. They don't need a romantic objective attached to every outing. That realization has caught many women off guard.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
A lower stress lifestyle has become increasingly appealing. Men are realizing they can enjoy life without constantly stretching their finances to meet someone else's expectations. Simplicity often delivers more satisfaction than men expect. Peace is proving to be surprisingly valuable.
There's a moment most women never ever see coming. And that's when Mr. Nice Guy just stopped being Mr. Nice Guy. There's no warning, no speech, no big argument. One day he just woke up and started moving different. And that's the part that throws a lot of people off. Because he wasn't complaining before. He was just showing up, saying yes, adjusting, going out of his way to make sure everything ran smooth. So when the switch happened, it kind of feels random, but it's not. It's been building every time he ignored what bothered him. Every time he chose peace over honesty. Every time he gave more than he had and told himself it was just part of being Mr. Nice Guy. Until one day, something small happens. Nothing too big, nothing dramatic. And he pauses and he thinks. And something becomes clear to him. And for the first time, he doesn't override himself.
The shift wasn't loud, but it was significant. Men quietly built lives that they actually enjoy. And now those lives are beginning to show the results. Once a man discovers genuine contentment, it becomes difficult to convince him to trade it away. That reality is becoming increasingly visible.
Now I'm just in this phase, I'm calling it slutty summer, where I'm just open to not even necessarily being a slut, but just having fun and meeting people and not knowing exactly where it's going to lead.
Years ago, summer often revolved around expensive dates, entertainment, and constant efforts to impress. A great deal of money and energy was spent trying to create experiences for women. Many men simply looked at those habits and decided they no longer made sense. Their priorities changed.
All right, family, Let's talk about something people keep complaining about. They say men are getting too comfortable being single. Good, because most men were never afraid of dying alone. What they were afraid of was dying exhausted, working their whole life, being unappreciated, and spending their last years taking care of someone who only became meaner with time. Peace is starting to look better than...
What seems to concern some women is not that men are struggling alone, but that many are thriving alone. They are discovering how peaceful life can be when unnecessary stress is removed. The more comfortable they become with that peace, the less eager they are to give it up. Freedom tends to grow on people.
The amount of men that are broke, don't want to be providers, or spend their money to take a woman out to nice places, what do you want then? Do you even like women? Maybe you should be dating men. These types of guys are wondering what they're getting in return when they're getting her presence. Women can afford their own dinner. They don't need to be there, and they don't understand. There can only be one princess.
The issue was never a lack of resources. Many men simply became more intentional about where their money goes and what return they receive from that investment. Financial discipline often follows when emotional pressure disappears. Men start making decisions with logic instead of expectation.
Unpopular opinion, a lot of women have absolutely no idea what peace looks like to their man. If your man is sitting somewhere by himself in silence with a little smile on his face and he is doing absolutely nothing, he's not fucking with nobody, he ain't bothering nobody, let that man sit in peace. You do not need to roll up on him and ask him no goofy ass question like, what are you thinking about? Or why are you so happy? Because now he got to make the decision to look at you and actually tell you nothing, or lie to you and be like, you're what I'm thinking about. And the whole time that man was sitting there probably thinking about absolutely nothing, just sitting in peace. So let him sit in peace when you see him sitting in peace. I challenge every woman who sees this video to go and ask your man what peace looks like to them. And when he gives you an answer, honor that. And let him have whatever level of peace he told you it looks like.
There is no grand announcement attached to this shift. Men simply discovered a lifestyle that felt more peaceful and chose to continue living it. Once someone experiences that level of calm, it becomes difficult to return to unnecessary chaos. The appeal speaks for itself.
Let's just talk about the lonely man epidemic that my sister kind of talked about the other day. And basically, it's that so many men are lonely because a lot of women are not willing to date them because, one, women are getting better paying jobs, they're getting better careers, and they're getting more educated in the sense that these women who are just getting hotter and smarter and making more money don't want just a regular mediocre man. And the thing is, with guys that do have pretty well-paying jobs and multiple degrees and are self-sufficing in pretty good ways, they are arrogant. There's not a lot of people that are very humble but also have a lot of things in their life. So in that point, there's something called the lonely man epidemic because a lot of women are not willing to date just regular men. They want to have a really good provider, a really good quality man, but there's not a lot of them out there these days. Even if they do exist, a lot of them are taken. So it's like you're not going to crash someone else's wedding or their relationship. So that's why women just prefer to be single these days.
Many assumptions are being challenged in real time. The idea that men cannot be happy alone is proving less accurate with every passing year. More men are finding satisfaction in their routines, hobbies, friendships, and personal growth. They are building meaningful lives regardless of relationship status.
So where are those single 30 to 40-year-old men at?
A lot of them are just doing their own thing. They go to work, they go home, they enjoy their hobbies. Some might be online dating. But for the most part, many of them have given up on dating, unfortunately. The risks just outweigh the benefits at this point. They don't feel appreciated for their efforts. They feel like everything they do is bare minimum. They're tired of all the unreasonable expectations.
As a result, they are spending less time in environments that no longer interest them. Their attention is moving toward activities that offer genuine enjoyment and personal value. Time has become too valuable to waste. Priorities have changed.
I'm 35 years old, single income, no kids. I'm at LaGuardia Airport after a beautiful weekend in Brooklyn, New York. I am listening to the new Drake album specifically, Make Them Pay. I am flying first class on Delta. We're about to go hang out in the Sky Lounge. I am vibing so hard right now. Life is good, man.
The vision is actually quite simple. Work hard, enjoy life, create memories, and invest in experiences that genuinely matter. Many men are realizing they don't need much more than that. Simplicity can be surprisingly rewarding. If the message hit, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to tap into the Patreon link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.